Goedemorgen, bonjour tout le monde. Welkom op het GS1 Forum. Bienvenue au GS1 Forum 2020. Om de aankomende veranderingen bij GS1 een beetje beter te begrijpen, moeten we eerst de belangrijkste markttrends bekijken. 20 jaar geleden zagen we hoe die internetrevolutie de wereld totaal veranderde. En vandaag zijn zaken zoals AI en digitalisering gewoon dagelijkse kost. En we zien ook veel meer barcodes verschijnen op producten en in het dagelijkse leven. Maar hoe gaat de barcode er in de toekomst uitzien? Dat is een hele goede vraag. En hoe kunnen we wereldwijd de uniciteit van die barcode, van de identificatie garanderen? En wie zit achter de barcode? Toutes ces nouvelles tendances impliquent de nouvelles stratégies. C'est pourquoi je vous invite à rejoindre ce plenary session, accueillant ensemble Renaud de Barbuat, Chief Operating Officer chez GS1 Global Office, pour nous expliquer la nouvelle de GS1 au niveau mondial. En heb je vragen voor Renaud, dan moet je niet aarzelen, dan stel je ze gewoon in de chat en we beantwoorden ze na zijn keynote. Renaud, het is aan jou.
Trends, and we uncover 5 needs which were very clear. The first one, connected consumer expect more and better product information to make purchasing decisions, and they buy more and more online. That's quite obvious, this one. The second one, consumer ask for total brand transparency and want to know what's behind the label. That's a little bit newer, and especially with millennials, which are really keen to have this total transparency. The third trend was about regulators. We have seen a growing demand from regulators all over the world for not only what we usually see in healthcare, but also in other areas: food safety, food traceability, customs management, tax management like VAT across Europe. So there is a real trend for growing regulations all over the world that trading partners have to consider. The fourth big trend was around data and digital technologies. That's obvious, but it has opened a lot of new opportunities to interact with customers, as well as automate internally and also between companies. And the fifth trend that we've seen is a more specific to healthcare, where providing patient care with increasing safety and transparency, improving supply chain performance, and accelerating clinical trials were key objectives of this industry. Now, this was pre-COVID. Has it changed with COVID? No, we're seeing exactly the same trend, maybe in a different order, because patient safety is coming first now, obviously, but then connected customers, e-commerce, data and automation, traceability, sustainability, those keywords are really there. Maybe with an accelerated pace of transformation with more intensity than before. That's one of the effects of the COVID situation. In summary, our GS1 strategy is really to help you to serve ultimately empowered consumers and patients through all the digitalization initiative that you have. So let me now focus on one of the main strategic pillars of the new strategy, which is to bridge the gap between the physical and digital worlds. 45 years ago, the EAN and UPC barcode started the revolution, enabling identification of products that could be scanned electronically in stores and across the supply chain. This was the first bridge between the physical and digital world. And today, and this was basically a barcode on the physical product and a beep at the checkout. Today, this beep happens more than 6 billion times every day all around the world across the entire supply chain, unlocking huge cost benefits for industry, and is also now used by consumers to get access to more data. So what do we envision for the future? In tomorrow's digital world, we envision a future where we will build together even stronger bridges between physical and digital, and from digital to physical, both ways, because we have to address the omni-channel scenarios. And I remember when we looked at all the possible scenarios at Carrefour, I think we found something like 150 different scenarios that a customer can play with in the omni-channel environment. So we have to be very flexible and build these bridges between physical and digital. And for example, from physical to digital, by making the product a source for even richer data, as it is shown on this slide. And there are ways to do that through traditional barcode or more capable 2D symbol. And the other way around, from digital to physical, by giving access in the digital age to trusted data, more data to consumer, patient, and businesses, even before they touch the product. And in the e-commerce, digital is first, where in traditional retail, the product was first. So to build these bridges, we are conducting multiple global initiatives, and I will focus here in the presentation on the three that are listed here, verified by GS1, the GS1 Global Data Model, and GS1 Digital Link. These are initiatives to build foundations to unlock the value of many use cases. And you will hear in the rest of the conference some of them from the local strategy that GS1 has in Belgium and Luxembourg, My Product Manager, circular economy, or electronic invoices. All of that is based on those foundations that I'm going to describe now. So let's take the first one, with verified by GS1. The objective is to create a global trusted identity for the digital world, an ID card for every product. To achieve this, it starts with brand owner on the left side, assigning a GS1 GTIN, a global trade item number, also known as the barcode number, to all your physical products. Whether you distribute your product in stores or unique and persistent identification that can be shared among all stakeholders consistently and accurately is absolutely foundational. Then, and that's the middle of the chart, brand owners are invited to also to register with their GTIN a set of basic product information into a truly global registry By the way, at that stage, we have more than 50 million products into the current global registry, but it's just the beginning. And in order to create a global ID card with the 7 attributes you're looking at: brand name, product description, product image, global product category, then content and unit of measure, and country of sales. So those are the basic information which create this ID card. And finally, on the right side, retailer and marketplaces can use this information to verify the identity of a product and ultimately to gain faster and simplified access to brand source data. As an example, in Carrefour, we were taking all opportunities possible to increase data quality in our product referential. Because the cost of non-quality down the road, if the data is not correct at source, is so huge that every opportunity you have to check your data is absolutely critical. And it was even more important in e-commerce for many reasons. First, you have so much more data in e-commerce. The product catalog is bigger, and you reach a point where it's not possible anymore to do it by hand. You have to automate your checking processes, and it's even more true with marketplace, where you have the product information is not managed by you; it's coming from the seller. And so here, having ways to verify the identity of a product is absolutely critical. So the opportunity here is that today we can create together trusted identity for the benefit of consumers, for more transparency and trust in the data, and for the benefit of industry, for example, for simplified listing, reduced time to market, or reduced counterfeiting. And I'm very happy to see that all of this is already live, up and running with the My Product Manager here in Belgium and Luxembourg. So this is the first foundation, trusted identity with Verified by GS1. If I move to the second global initiative, it's the GS1 Global Data Model. The objective we are pursuing with this initiative is, one, harmonize and simplify the data we exchange. Second, improve data accuracy and completeness for consumers. And third, increase operational efficiencies for brand owners and retailers. And to achieve this, we propose all trading partners to adopt the GS1 Global Data Model, which defines a globally consistent set of attributes, product attributes, and is technology agnostic. Now, some of you are probably asking yourself, what is the difference with GDSN? And aren't we doing it already? And the answer is that combining the two, the Global Data Model Standard and the GDSN network, you will achieve new level of performance. And here is why. GDSN is a technology to synchronize data between trading partners through data pools. Over time in GDSN, we have defined so many attributes, and now we are at 4,000 to 5,000, that it becomes too complex, and we are not focusing enough on data quality. So the global data model, the GS1 global data model, is here to simplify and clarify data requirements with 4 clear layers: a global core layer, a global category layer, a regional category layer, and then a local layer. And by rationalizing the product data attributes, by promoting business-friendly names and definition, by strengthening the validation rules and the data quality rules on a reduced set of common attributes, this will allow trading partners to focus their energy on fewer attributes and more data quality. That's the essence of the global data model, to be able to, for one product, to have one experience across every channel. And so why the global data model is designed to work with any kind of data sharing mechanism. By implementing it into GDSN, you will leverage the investment you've already made in the synchronized technology, and reach new, but also at the same time, reach new level of data quality with the right change program. And this is very consistent with my own experience at Carrefour, where when you want to reach new level of data quality, you don't have any choice. You first have to focus your energy on the right set of data attributes, and then measure quality and work on it to improve it across the with your trading partners. In summary, together we can share accurate product information if we leverage both the global data model and GDSN. The third global initiative I want to talk to you this morning is the GS1 Digital Link, which is a new standard that basically extends the power and flexibility of GS1 identifier by making them part of the web. So in summary, it is a webization of our identifier and the GS1 vocabulary. It means that GS1 identifier, such as the G18, are now a gateway to richer information. And by scanning a simple 1D or 2D symbol, every stakeholder will have access to more data and will be able to use that barcode to do more. Today, when you have with the traditional QR code, the familiar QR code would typically point to a single website, but with GS1 Digital Link, this will enable the same barcode to unlock connection to many sources of information, business to business and business to consumer information. This will be the focus of the last presentation of this forum by Robert Biderman on the future of unpack coding, future of barcode, and you will have more details. And you will discover the benefit for consumer, patients, brand owners, retailer, and solution provider, such as stronger brand engagement, enhanced traceability, and safer patient care. And I wish I had these tools when I was in charge of IT at Carrefour, because when we design a Carrefour app for consumers or app for internal employee in the store, this type of standard and technology, underlying technology, would have brought so much more information into play that it would have been great. So now, after having spoken about those three global and transversal initiatives, I would like to talk a little bit more about sector-specific initiative and more specifically in healthcare. The focus for GS1 Healthcare in the last few years has been the extension of our standards to the healthcare provider community with a simple message. Safer, more efficient care starts with a simple scan. In the last year, given the emergence of COVID and its impact on both the overall population health and the supply chain, GS1 Healthcare has begun to communicate about the importance as well of global standards for global health. And together, these two statements articulate well the value that GS1 standard can provide to the healthcare sector, ensuring that patients can have access to safer care, that caregivers have a mechanism to double check when they are working under high pressure, and we know that it's the case now with COVID. And it has never been more clear than today that global supply chain requires interoperability across border. And the COVID crisis has highlighted the importance of global inventory visibility, traceability, and also global cooperation to run clinical trials. And so to illustrate what GS1 Healthcare is doing to support those trends, you have on the slide 3 concrete initiatives that have been developed in response to the COVID pandemic. The International Hospital Federation has launched a global task force called Beyond COVID-19 with the objective of identifying and sharing beneficial practices during the COVID pandemic. GS1 Healthcare is chairing the supply chain work group of this task force. That's one. The second one, GS1 Healthcare, has co-authored a peer-reviewed paper on vaccine for COVID-19. And finally, GS1 Healthcare is engaged in the expert advisory group of the World Bank on COVID-19 vaccine and therapeutics traceability. So those are a few examples of those global initiatives. More to come, while GS1 Healthcare is bringing together all aspects of our learning on the COVID-19 pandemic with their implication for healthcare, clinical, and supply processes. So in order to conclude, I would say that as a neutral, not-for-profit organization, GS1 brings industry together to collaborate. And with our refreshed GS1 strategy, we're proposing to reach new level of performance, acting together. And so by participating to the three global initiative I described, verified by GS1, the global data model, and GS1 Digital Link, and by participating to specific sector initiative, in one sentence, together successfully navigate through the accelerated digital transformation we're experiencing today. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Renaud, for sharing your insights, and have a marvelous day. Bye.
Thank you.
Ja, dus zoals Renaud ons heeft verteld, gaat het om waarde te brengen aan de industrieën, om de fysieke wereld en de digitale wereld aan elkaar te koppelen en om een federatie van vertrouwen en innovatie op te bouwen.